Hello and welcome to this Come to Jesus Daily Devotional. I trust you are well, and today we continue in the Gospel of Luke. Let's read from Luke 7:21 to 23. At that very time, Jesus cured many who had diseases, sicknesses, and evil spirits, and gave sight to many who were blind. So he replied to the messengers, "Go back and report to John what you have seen and heard. The blind receive sight, the lame walk, those who have leprosy are cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, and good news is proclaimed to the poor. Blessed is anyone who does not stumble on account of me." Today's lesson: as with John, the real Jesus can be a stumbling block to many as he acts in ways we didn't expect. Let's endeavour to learn about and worship him so as to lead others to the real Jesus. Luke wants us, the readers, and John the Baptist, to be clear that yes, Jesus is the promised Saviour and Messiah. He is Emmanuel, God with us. Luke begins his response to John's doubts. See yesterday's devotional for more about that. But he responds to his doubts with a description of Jesus' many powerful miracles. The objective truth of Jesus' great authority and power are to be believed over John's and our subjective feelings and doubts. Let's read this account and allow it to bolster our faith rather than allowing our difficult circumstances to nullify our faith, if that makes sense. Having listed the amazing works of God's kingdom that he was doing, Jesus ends with this admonition: "Blessed is anyone who does not stumble on account of me." Jesus knows that many, including John and you and me, can stumble over the real Jesus. The real Jesus does not always act according to our will and presumptions. He will not defeat the Romans and restore the kingdom of Israel as many expected. And this may well have been a big stumbling block for Judas, who was greedy for power and money. He will not rescue John or Peter from persecution leading to doubt and denial. He will die on the cross, about which we are told in 1 Corinthians 1:22 to 23, Jews demand signs, Greeks look for wisdom, but we preach Christ crucified, a stumbling block to Jews and foolishness to Gentiles. He will be a stumbling block to many as he breaks many of the traditions of the religious leaders and eats and drinks with tax collectors and sinners. He's a stumbling block to many because he doesn't immediately end all suffering in the world, not realizing that when he does so, and he will bring them into judgment for their contribution. Mike McKinley writes, Jesus did not meet John's expectations of the Messiah. And as followers of Christ, we must realize that Jesus may not always meet our expectations. He may not do for us what we would want a deliverer to do. He may not take away a difficult situation or heal a broken relationship in a way that we would hope. He may deem it best for his power to be displayed through your weakness rather than your strength. He may call you to love people that you would rather not love. Following Jesus means you may get the unexpected because Jesus does not always go the way we would expect him to go. So in response, as with John, the real Jesus can be a stumbling block to many as he acts in ways that we didn't expect. Let's endeavour to learn about and worship him so as to lead others to the real Jesus. As we go through this gospel, let's dig deep and prayerfully so as to see Christ more clearly and love him more dearly. God bless you.